Come with me to Camp Flog Gnaw in Los Angeles, California. For starters, we're telling Penn goodbye and heading over to the airport because my flight was very early in the freaking morning. You know your girls will want to be bougie, so we're flying with Delta, and to my surprise, they had a couple of episodes of anime on here, but you know your girl's gonna watch SpongeBob. The flight was so early, I was able to get a beautiful pic of the sunrise. 5 hours later, we ended up in California and ended up going to the coffee company, which it was actually really, really good. I ended up with the Hawaiian French toast breakfast, of course with eggs and bacon on the side, and it was so good. Directly after getting breakfast, I took a nice walk towards my Airbnb and I figured out action mode in my camera, so I got a nice stable video of a very nice cactus tree. Also during the walk, I almost adopted a new kitten and Penn would not have been happy. Hi, baby. Hi. Oh, you can come out. I might keep you. Hi, sweetie. Several hours later, after trying to abduct the neighborhood kitten, it did rain the entire time, but afterwards I did take a trip down to Santa Monica Pier. It was a very, very beautiful view off of the pier into the city. You just see the ocean, the waves, the city lights, and just things of that nature. It was a very mesmerizing view from the pier. Afterwards, I did walk down towards all the gleaming lights. There was a few carnival rides down there, and I also stopped by Pier Burger, got a strawberry milkshake, and it was really good. Highly recommend. Afterwards, I headed over to the Broad, which was a very interactive museum. It was actually a lot of fun. I took a picture underneath a giant table. Then afterwards, headed over to get K-pop with my friends who were also in town for Camp Flog Gnaw. And all of that would complete day 1. Now we're heading into day 2, which I named The Disaster. The morning started off great. We met her at a bar where I had the hibiscus cooler and followed that up with the oh wow crispy French toast, and my friend had the Flintstones waffle. It was alright. Nothing crazy. After getting that brunch, I headed over to the local Goodwill, which I have never seen a Goodwill look this fancy. I honestly thought I was going crazy. I went inside and first thing I picked up was this very beautiful corset. And anyone that knows me knows I love the color purple and I love a good corset. But here's what I ended up getting overall. While the morning did start off immaculately, this is where things took a sharp left turn. Honestly, there's not a lot to say in this moment. I was just very, very, very disappointed. I just really didn't know how to feel. Honestly, what's on the screen is exactly how I felt in that moment. But, you know, I was trying to be positive. But after that, I was just like, wow, I spent a lot of time getting raincoats. Like, we knew it was going to rain, but we didn't think that it would be canceled because it was rain or shine as a requirement for the event. So unfortunately, after that, we went back to the Airbnb and that was the end of the day. Quite literally went back, cried, took a nap, woke up, and went to go get the worst meal of the entire trip. It was not good. It was very bland. Would not recommend. Which now takes me over to day 3. I named it Denial is a River in Egypt because I was very much in denial. It was raining the entire day. Anyways, I'm still a foodie, so I still took a trip over to Egg Tuck. I got a very nice sandwich. It was an 8 out of 10. Pretty good. Would recommend. Afterwards, took a trip over to Little Tokyo. Of course, it was raining, so I did try to make the best of it all. Passed by Sanrio, Little Tokyo. I passed by this fan. It reminded me of me on the way to the Anime Station anime store. Once I got inside, I ran into my favorite donuts. Then afterwards went into a different store that had a lot of plushies and things of that nature. Cosplay props, trinkets, Pokemon plushies. I wanted the giant Snorlax, I really did. Throughout all of this trip, I was unable to find myself a Whooper plushie, which is high on the list of what I want. After leaving Little Tokyo, I just decided to walk around town. I ended up running into a wild bunnery and I thought it was just so cute. Afterwards, I took a couple of aesthetic pictures around town. This is the part that confused me the most. It was 3:54 p.m. on the Saturday of the festival and it was not raining. It was even sunny. Definitely added on to the FOMO, but anyways, I still ended up going out to Spring Street Bar, ended up meeting up with my mutuals, Sunset Celestial and Cloudy Buns, and we danced the night away, which completed day 3. This brings us to day 4, which was the day of the foodie. I headed literally downtown Los Angeles to the District Market, where it was a giant food hall, very aesthetically pleasing, a lot of different options. I started off with Nona's empanadas, which I wanted the jalapeno chicken, the bacon eggs, and the strawberry cheesecake, and it just so happened to be the only 3 that were sold out. But that's okay, because the flavor I picked anyway was also very, interesting. After that rock of a breakfast, I ended up going over to Moon Rabbit, where I got the coconut Thai milk tea. 8 out of 10, enjoyed it. It was actually pretty good, and it kept me hydrated. Directly after, I had a bite of the lobster roll with caviar from Broad Street Oyster Company, and it was actually pretty good. I'm not a big fan of lobster, but I still enjoyed it. Gonna skip right over the birria tacos, they were not good. Which leads me over to the Szechuan noodles. They were actually pretty good. I was shocked. Lastly, that leaves me with dessert, which they get a negative 1 out of 10 because there was material in my food. It was either cloth material or hair, which is unacceptable. That completes day 4 because all we did was eat, and that leads over to day 5, adventure time. Headed back over to met her at a bar because it was just that mid. It was so mid I had to go back. I had the fried chicken and waffle, which was delicious, and afterwards headed down to the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I like to do touristy things when I'm a tourist. It's just tradition. Like, it doesn't feel right going somewhere that is a tourist destination without doing tourist-like things. That adventure did take majority of the day, so once nightfall hit, I went back down to Santa Monica Beach, where I went to the Elefante and had some very good pasta and drinks. Day 5 is now complete, and the last day, day 6, was the day I was flying back home, so I decided to visit the Westfield Culver City Mall, which is in very close proximity to LAX, which I was flying out of, and inside I visited the K-pop store. You guys know I'm a K-pop stan, had to get some trinkets. Unfortunately, they did not have any trinkets for New Jeans. Decided to stop and get food one last time, where it had a beautiful oceanside view. Then headed to the airport and had to do the 5-hour flight back to Atlanta, then drive home from there.